Both DC and Marvel have two major releases this year, James Gunn's Superman and Fantastic Four: First Steps. Fantastic Four releases just 2 weeks after Superman, and the funny thing is, Superman is the first official movie of the new DCU. But the big question is, will it face the same fate as past DC films? Let me take you guys back to 2016, a time when comic book movies were at their peak. That year, both DC and Marvel had massive releases. DC gave us Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, while Marvel delivered their own version of a superhero showdown, Captain America: Civil War. Now let's be real, if we go back to that hype, Batman v Superman had the upper hand. I mean, this was the first time Batman and Superman were meeting on the big screen. Two of the most iconic superheroes of all time, finally clashing. And if that wasn't enough, we got Wonder Woman 2, completing the legendary DC Trinity. The excitement was unreal. Fans were all in, but then reality hit. When Batman v Superman released, it didn't live up to expectations. Sure, it made money, $873 million at the box office, but for a movie featuring Batman and Superman together, not even hitting the billion-dollar mark was a massive letdown. Meanwhile, Marvel dropped Civil War, and it was an instant hit. Fans loved it, critics praised it, and even casual audiences enjoyed it. It went on to make $1.5 billion, leaving DC in the dust. From that point on, Marvel was in a league of its own, while DC struggled to keep up. Yes, they had some hits after that. Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Shazam did well. But when it came to their biggest movie, Justice League, things fell apart. And here's where things got messy. Originally, Justice League was Zack Snyder's vision, but during production, tragedy struck. Snyder lost his daughter and understandably stepped away. Warner Brothers saw this as an opportunity to take control, bringing in Joss Whedon to fix the film. They wanted to make it lighter, more like Marvel, but Whedon's version was a disaster. Fans hated it, the box office was disappointing, and DC's reputation suffered even more. Now here we are in 2025, history is repeating itself, but with a twist. This time, DC has Superman releasing on July 11th, 2025, and just 2 weeks later, Marvel is dropping Fantastic Four: First Steps. The big question is, will DC face the same fate as 2016? Honestly, I don't think so. Back then, DC was playing catch up with Marvel. They rushed their universe, trying to compete instead of building their own identity. But now, James Gunn is in charge, and instead of chasing Marvel, DC is forging its own path. Now let's compare these two movies. Both Superman and Fantastic Four are massive opportunities for a fresh start, and here's why they have the potential to be huge successes. Superman is the most iconic superhero of all time, but for years, WB struggled to get him right. Some fans loved Zack Snyder's version, but others wanted a more hopeful, comic-accurate take. James Gunn understands storytelling, and he knows how to mix emotion, action, and humor in a way that resonates with audiences. This won't just be another Superman movie, it's the start of a brand new DC universe. Gunn has already said that Superman will focus on Clark Kent balancing his Kryptonian heritage with his human upbringing. That's the core of what makes Superman special. His heart, his hope, and his struggle to do the right thing even when the world doubts him. After years of darker and grittier Superman portrayals, this movie promises to be a return to the classic Superman, the symbol of hope and inspiration. And that's exactly what audiences need right now. And if we look at Marvel right now, they've been struggling to connect with audiences. Several movies failed at the box office, and the hype around the MCU isn't what it used to be. So what did Marvel do? They brought back Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. And yeah, that's a huge move. RDJ is one of the biggest names in Hollywood, and his portrayal of Tony Stark carried the MCU for over a decade. But here's the thing, bringing him back as Dr. Doom is a massive gamble. On one hand, it's genius. Dr. Doom is one of the greatest villains in Marvel history, and if anyone can bring something fresh to the role, it's RDJ. His charisma and acting range could make Doom a legendary villain in the MCU. But on the other hand, is Marvel relying too much on nostalgia? Tony Stark's death in Endgame was one of the most emotional moments in MCU history. Bringing RDJ back, even as a different character, could make that moment feel less impactful. Some fans love the idea, others think it's a desperate move. Meanwhile, DC isn't relying on past successes. They're creating something new. With James Gunn at the helm, Superman isn't just another superhero movie. It's a statement that DC is ready to do things differently. But let's see how Marvel connects all of this in the new Fantastic Four movie. Speaking of that, this film isn't just another superhero movie. It's a fresh start for the MCU. It's set in a retro-futuristic 1960s New York, and it takes place in an alternate reality. And here's the real kicker. We'll most likely get our first glimpse of Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. Unlike past versions, this will be the Fantastic Four's first official introduction into the MCU, meaning it's going to shape the future of Marvel's storytelling. Marvel Studios knows just how important this movie is. That's why they're treating it as a fresh starting point for the franchise, just like Iron Man was back in 2008. So why both movies can win? Superman is bringing back hope and inspiration to DC. Fantastic Four is bringing fresh energy to the MCU. Both are rebooting legacy characters that people have loved for decades. And most importantly, they aren't just sequels or continuations. They are brand new stories, new beginnings, and the kind of movies that can make audiences fall in love with superheroes again. So will DC face the same fate as 2016? This time, I don't think so, because this isn't a race anymore. DC and Marvel aren't fighting for dominance. They're both fighting to win back the audience. And if both movies deliver, then 2025 might just be the year that superhero movies make a comeback. And as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. See you in the next one.